Hey guys, I'm here with another video, hopefully to explain some simple things that the game doesn't tell you, but that would have been really helpful if you knew at the beginning. Now, first things first is targeting. The game will tell you how to lock on by pressing R1, but you have to hold it down. Now, the way to make it lock on, like actually lock on, the way you would probably want it, is while locking onto a target, you gotta press the R3 button. Just press it in once and that should lock you on permanently until you're done with your fight. Now, the game never tells you this, but I think it's really helpful, so it would have been nice to have like an extra tooltip or something. I never turned them off and the game never told me, like I just barely found this out and I'm like, I don't know, 90 hours into the game. Now the next thing is AP. You get maybe 3 points per level, and you're gonna hit level cap way before you max out your AP abilities. So the sooner you know what gives you AP, the better, which is warp strike kills. You have to get the last hit with certain abilities like warp strike, link strikes, certain abilities if you unlock a talent for them in the whole Nexus. And then exploration, you can get some for camping and stuff like that. But yeah, so you don't get it just for killing enemies, and if that's why if you're wondering why you get it randomly, it could be because of talents or you're getting warp strike kills. Now another thing that would probably be helpful to know in the beginning is your stamina bar. It can actually be refreshed, not while warp striking, but the way to refresh it before you get your car, your Chocobo, is right before it ends. You see Noctis like gets kind of tired, you have to press in the L3 button, the button you originally pressed to start sprinting in the first place, and this will refresh it to full. Now another thing the game doesn't tell you is the whole magic system. I feel like it doesn't do a good job of explaining this. Now the flask you'll find really just by playing the story mode, but to craft magic you're gonna get one of the 3 elements, ice, lightning, and fire, from all the deposits around. And another thing it doesn't tell you is you can actually sort of craft stop, like that one will stop if you use a specific component. There is Xperia cast, there is multicast, dual cast, like it'll basically cast your magic more times. You can technically poison enemies with magic if you use like a stinger from a scorpion. You can curse enemies with magic, so it's not exactly a curse spell, but you can still somewhat make them in this game. And of course there's limit break spells if you use, like, I believe it's the Dragon Wing, something like that, but you basically farm them off wyverns and rabbitah, and that's probably the easiest way to make it. But yeah, it's gonna get to it right now. The Hardened Tide is also another one you can use for limit break magic, but that's a little harder to obtain. Like, you can't farm it as repeatedly. But if you really want to just make a lot of limit break magic, then I recommend the Dragon Claws. Like I said, they're made off you can farm those off the wyverns in Rabbitah, which I'll show you on the map right now. Now, the last tip I can think of that I currently remember is the Chocobos. I used to think you couldn't sprint at all times with them, but really it was just my finger was lightly letting go of the R2, which is just the trot button, it says right there on the left. Basically, if you don't have that pressed in all the way, your Chocobo will not allow you to sprint. You have to be going full speed to sprint, which honestly I had no idea why it was doing that. But yeah, so if you're wondering why you can't sprint, it's not because of certain terrain, it's just you're not holding down the button all the way. You just gotta make sure you're doing that. And also you get the Chocobo when you kill Deadeye. Anyways, that's it for now. Thanks for watching.